Hello everyone, QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I am back today with another episode of Zero City. It has been a while since this last video, and this was one that is very overdue. I've been meaning to get this one out for quite some time, but right after I created my set workshop, I took a break. I took a break from this game, I took a break from all games, so I haven't really done a whole lot. I've been leveling up my 2 fighters to get up to level 100, and my set workshop was built. It's been built for a while, as a matter of fact, and I didn't really do anything. I've gotten some offers, just haven't really played the game much, so I'm finally getting back into it. Took a little bit of a break. So today we are going to dive in and talk about the set workshop, what it is, what it's not. And I know a lot of you have been doing this for a while, and I've seen some really high levels. If we go look up here at the top players in the game, that's the wrong one, of course. I click on that every time. Top fighters in the game are up to 16 million. As you can see, the people are getting lots of high items now, whether they bought them, whether they've earned them already. I don't think anybody can be that high just by earning them, but I could be wrong. So obviously my 2 million is very paltry compared to all of these people here, but people are taking advantage of the sets. People are taking advantage of the 8-person barracks, which if you're not one of the top level people in the game, and hopefully you took my advice and didn't upgrade to the 7 or 8-person barracks, it's going to get you in trouble. Right now at the beginning it might be a little bit easier, but it's going to get to be much tougher before too long. But I haven't done anything. I'm still at the same place I was before. The one thing that I have changed is right here. I went ahead and opened up one of my slots right here for, what are we calling this guy, an accessory? I forget what they're called, an attachment. And I'm working on the other one. And I watched a commercial and I got a free attachment, which was kind of cool. I didn't put it in yet right here. Unfortunately, it doesn't match my weapon, and I'm definitely going to be keeping this weapon, so I can't actually use this one, but I got a legendary one, which would be kind of cool to get some extra damage in there. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the set workshop, which sets you should be focusing on early. As I mentioned before, any set is good. I mean, it's going to have the benefits of getting 6 out of 6 is huge. It makes a humongous difference for sure. I'm going to be doing this in a slow method and try to keep my historic high down as low as possible. But that's not the point of this video. That will be something we'll be covering in the future. We'll be covering how I proceed and get bigger. But right now, we're just going to go ahead and take a look at the sets. Now that I have this option, I can go ahead and do it. And I got a graphic I'm going to show here a little bit. Kate, one of the members on the QC Runner Discord, which you can actually see the Discord link down below, where I will post this image that I'll be posting. Yeah, I'll put it there, and then if anybody wants to see it or get a better look at it, or it's not showing up very well here in the video, you can link it there. Also, another side step is, if you guys didn't know, I'm doing my giveaways for a while on the Discord server. I just need to take a little bit of a break, as you might have seen in the State of QC Runner. I need to find some more time. I just don't have enough time to do everything, so I'm trying to figure out a way to do that. And one of the ways I'm going to do that for a little while anyway is to do some of my giveaways on the Discord server. There's a channel on there. You just basically click on an icon when the giveaways are live, which by the time this is live, it'll be probably the next day maybe. And you just click on it, and then the bot actually picks a winner and sends them out to me, and then I reach out to you guys and get your game IDs. Pretty easy, and it certainly, I think in the long term, will save me some time. This first time was a bit of a hassle getting a couple things working, but and it won't always be there. It's going to be back and forth. I'll be doing some of the videos and things like that again, but just for a little while, I'm going to be putting them there. Anyway, back to Kate. She put this graphic together. Let's just go ahead and show it real quick. I'm not gonna. I'll pop it up again later. But what we have right here is basically all the Zero City sets here on the left-hand side, and then for comparison, there's a column for the Hustle Castle sets, which comes in kind of handy, and then what you need to do to get them. So let's go ahead and turn that off. I'll pop that up again later. But for the time being, let's just go ahead and jump in and take a look at these sets and see what our options are. One of the interesting things is modify. This was something that was not live with Hustle Castle, and I told you guys it would not be live here in Zero City, but it looks like it is. You can go ahead and swap something out for something else already, which is pretty cool because, as better event items come out or whatever, you can actually swap it out, and it doesn't really cost too much compared to everything else. Or, if you want to test something or something like that, it's not quite as expensive, and you don't have to build a whole set, so it's actually way less expensive. Yeah, anyway, so that's pretty cool. That's actually live first thing here. All right, so what do we do with the set workshop? I'll make this more of a beginner item as well. I'm going to get some of the wording wrong because I'm not up to speed on all the words here. But what we need here are these anomalous cores. These are key to everything. You have to build these. You need a certain amount of anomalous cores in order to build a set item. And in order to get those, let's just build one here. In order to get one, you have to get these items. And where do you get these items? What are these items called? These are called elements. You have to get these elements. In order to get these elements, you just have to play the game. You have to do all different parts of them. To get this specific one, you have to win battles in the arena. You get them randomly as you win a battle. You probably have seen at the bottom, you get some elements. And it's going to be arena specific elements, obviously. And if we go to this next one here, it says you get these for getting dog tags in the tunnel, which means I need to start doing the tunnel, which I forgot. I will do that after this video, I guess. And I haven't done one tunnel since this part came out, so I don't have any. So obviously there's 0 here. We got this one here. We need to do the railway station. Haven't done one of those since this has come out. Since I had it, I was basically doing like 5 or 6 a day, and that's kind of really what pushed me over the edge and burned me out completely. So I kind of completely stopped. So I'm assuming I can still do 15 out of 15 and get lots of these. I have a lot of chests to open. I haven't opened them up yet. I'm waiting for this event to go, which we all have been waiting now for like a week and a half. You know, the common thought right now is it'll go live on Tuesday. If it's not Tuesday, it'll be Thursday. One of the two, definitely. But that's the expectation right now. Anyway, so you get these from railway stations. So I'll start getting some of these once I start opening those chests. And here we go. We got defeating bosses in the bunker. Obviously, that means I need to start doing bunkers. And then we need to have a legendary material. And if you guys remember, I did tell you you're going to need like, what is it, 10, 20, 27, 34, 40, 45. No, 46. You need 46 legendary material to complete one full anomalous set here. Not anomalous, what do we call them? A full set. So you need a lot of legendary items or a lot of materials in order to do that. So you get those, and then the last thing you need is you need this green goo. What are we calling this again? Uranium. You need 200,000 uranium to do one of these, and the price is different for what you're doing. 600,000 for the armor, 600,000 for the weapon. These guys are cheaper at 500,000 for each of the attachments, and then these are gonna be cheaper still at 400,000. So like I said before earlier on, that those are highly hard to get, and they're very slow to build. And one other correction here, that's a different sound effect. I've been hearing that sound effect for some time now. That's when you actually collect the uranium, so that's a little bit different, the sound effect that they're putting in here. One thing that was different with this release, I'm sure you guys know this by now, I kept looking for these chests that actually give me the chance for the uranium. I don't even know where anything is right now. I think it was this one I was looking at, and there was nothing in here. I couldn't figure out what I was missing. The problem is they don't, with Zero City, I guess maybe they learned something from Hustle Castle. They're not giving them to us. So I think it was this chest right here. I expected to get tons of them, but they only released it going forward. So here's the numbers right here, 9 to 11,000. I can get those. And I guess that's it. There's another chest somewhere that there's like a little bit in there. So again, since I didn't, or since they released it differently, you're not going to be able to have quite as many as, like 215. That would be fantastic. If I could get 215, 10 of those, that's, 10 million or 2 million uranium right there, which would have been huge. It is what it is. And one of the things I noticed in, actually that's different. In American Dad, there was something I was expecting that I didn't get. I'm going to do a quick test here. Let's do it right here. I believe we're going to get some items in these chests. I've been saving up these chests for a while for when we got to CC11. Now that we're C11, theoretically we're going to be getting some stuff in here. So let's go ahead and see if it actually was worth it, and if we're going to get some. There we go. So we are getting some of the CC11 items. So this is why I was telling you guys for a long time to go ahead and save up, because now look at that, we're getting a lot of good and useful stuff here. Items that you get at the set workshop, and this is for winning a battle. So these are all over the place. This one's bosses in a bunker, obviously very helpful for me. So by saving these up, especially if you're lower levels and you can't get any of these items yet, save them up, because the stuff you get out of these, it's good, but it's not super fantastic, and it's way more fantastic if you wait to get to this point. So I have a bunch of these. I mean, I might as well just open them up now. There's no really point in saving them at this point, because I need this kind of stuff. Let's just open them all up. So 15,000 data, which I need because I'm not doing bunkers. And we got all these materials, which is our elements, which is highly helpful. Plus we're getting some items for our hero as well. All very good and useful. So I'm just going to blast through all these over here. You know what? I'm not going to get distracted. I'll do these on another video. I have a tendency to do that, obviously, as you guys know. What's this one here? maybe we can find a use for some of these. I do have a tendency to get very distracted, so back to the set workshop. Let me click on these real quick. Anyway, if you're not saving those, highly recommend saving those, because as you can see, there's a lot of good stuff that I've been saving up for months that we can take advantage of now. All right, let's go ahead finally and take a look at some of these sets here. So our first set is going to be, where do we have the name? The Peacekeeper set. The real key when it comes to sets is having a 2, a 4, or a 6. There are people, and as you do this, and as you see the top people in the game, you're going to see people mixed match sets. You know, like 4 of one and 2 of another to get the benefits of both sets. You don't get the full 6, but sometimes you're getting better benefits by mixing them. I haven't looked enough into these yet to know, but so just and we already covered these before, so you know. Having the Peacekeeper set, which is for our warriors here up front, right? The names are all throwing me off here. So you need to have a specific weapon. This one you need to have a mace. What's it called? Yeah, it is called a mace. So you have to have that one. Obviously, only have one, and it has to be legendary. So that's the one I would do if I was going to do it. And then, you know, on down. So basically, once you get to the 6 of 6, you know, it does start doing huge things. Once in a while, when the fighter's health is low, restores a huge amount, increases the damage. And then once in a while, when the enemy uses a stun, removes all the effects. That reminds me, must be the Paladin set, which is highly useful, especially if you get a 4. A lot of people run like a 4 on this one plus a 2 of something else, just to get this level here, where it removes all stun effects from all your allies, which is huge. And then once you get to the 6 of 6, it does the fighter's immune to stuns on death, casts a shield on 3 allies. So that's good, but it's not as useful as, you know, having this 4. Getting this guy to 4 is huge. And this is going to be one of my recommended first sets that you try to get. We'll come back and review it once. I'm going to go over that list again that we talked about earlier and talk about the ones that are the most important, I think. At least they are in Hustle Castle. All right, here we have the Torch set. And this one looks like you have to use an axe. Again, you have a tank up there, and this one does a bit more damage. Get that 6 of 6. Deals constant damage. This is the first one that I built for me in Hustle Castle, and it's huge. I'm still running. I love it. It's one of my favorite ones. But I'm as far as, you know, if you go if you're going with the setup that I told you guys to do, or that I recommended, where your tank isn't really about doing damage, your tank is really just about living. This is probably not what you should do, and you should focus over here on the Peacekeeper set. I did this one, like I said, I still do it all the time, and there's times when my tank does the most damage, which is obviously against what, you know, we're looking to do. Because if you come down here to 6, so it's dealing 15,000 damage per second, which is huge. And when the fighter has dealt 200,000 damage, charges a weapon and deals 75,000 damage with this attack, and then the unit generates a heat wave dealing 40,000 damage to 3 random enemies. And then on death, strikes a crushing blow that deals 125% of the maximum torch health, spreading damage to all enemies. Works once per battle. So this specific fighter can do a lot of damage. So if you have multiple tanks you're running, this is not a bad one to have. You know, the purpose is obviously to live as a tank, but obviously to do a lot of damage. And, you know, at the beginning, you know, you need to decide, do you just want to like just get sets going as quickly as possible, which you can get yourself in trouble when it comes to overall power, or do you just want to build in a smart way? I mean, that's what part of the other side of that is, you know, how many materials do you have and how many of these elements here do you have and things like that. So it's not always I'm just going to build whatever I have. Sometimes you just want to focus, sometimes you want to build it. It's up to you guys. Obviously it's your game, but knowing what I know now, I'm going to actually focus on a couple different sets, and I'll talk about those in a moment. And I'm not going to do everything and get as many full sets as possible as quickly as possible. Here we go. We got the Defender set, which is another tank out front. So basically decreases the speed, chance to stun, and freezes health. You know what? I'm not going to go over all of these. You guys can read these. They're kind of broken down into the sets. So you got your tanks up front here, and then here we have an assassin. You have your snipers here in the middle. Which one's going to be the best? There is one that is way better. There are some that are worse. And then here in the back, you have your chemists. You got the chemists doing different things. So here we have our chemists doing a lot of them, once you get 6 of 6, do a lot of damage. So we got damage. We have some healing. I'm not sure which one's which. A lot of them are support. This one increases the healing, and This one's doing damage. So you know what? Let's just take a step back here and let's go ahead and show up that chart again. Let me turn this chart back on. So here we go. So like I said before, this is something that Kate on the Discord server posted, or actually she sent it to me. She had a version out there earlier, and this is a more completed version that I will be posting on our server as well, the QC Runner Discord server, which you can see down below and the description in the comments. There are some key sets that are important here. So what do we have on the top level here? These are all the sets that are currently in Zero City. Down here below are sets that came at different points within the game in Hustle Castle, and there are some of these that are very important that you're certainly going to want to get, but they're not part of the game yet. Specifically, Dracula is huge. Very important. There are people that are running multiple, especially people that have 8-person squads. They're running multiple, have 2 full Dracula sets. Very good. They do tons of damage and do tons of healing. Very good. And then Storm is something that came out later, and this is something that came out after the what's it called? The sewer, the place where we go to get on the weekends. We go to get the. Man, it's been so long since I've been in the game, I forgot all the words. Down here in the tunnels. Once that expansion comes out, when you start to get to like level 130, 135, something like that, you have the ability to collect different types of items. Those different types of items allow you to come in here and earn. Let's turn this back on. Earn the materials that you need in order to get these. You can't get these quite as easy. They take more work. So Storm is one of the most important ones in the game right now, and does a lot of good, but that's not going to be part of this game for a while. So let's focus here on the top. So again, the Peacekeeper, which is a paladin in Hustle Castle, very good. It's a good support item. It helps your tank to tank more. It helps support more of your squad. And again, like I said, there are people that run a 4-item paladin set with a 2-item, some kind of a chemist type item on there. And that's not uncommon for people to do that. Annihilator, which is Torch, which is the one we talk about. That's the one that I built first. I loved it. I'm not going to tell you not to, because I loved it, but if I had a chance to do it again, I probably would have done the Paladin first. Bastion, which personally I feel is one of the worst. I never built it. I never knew why people did. I have... Not right away at the beginning, I didn't lose to anybody with that, but later on, I've lost a couple battles to somebody with this one, the Defender. But again, I don't know if this is a 1-for-1 exactly of Hustle Castle, but obviously they're comparing them as similar. And then we have the Agent, which is our Shadow, that's our Assassin. There are a lot of people that had highly successful setups running this, but you'll know if you're one of those people already that are running an Agent setup, or if you have an Assassin. I've never been able to be successful with Assassins, not in this game, not in Hustle Castle, not in any of them. So I tried to focus on this one, and I got it done fairly early, and it didn't help me at all. It actually made me worse. So I stopped using it, and I haven't really used it regularly at all. So that's all of our people that are tankish setups. So now we get to the, not gunslingers, that's American Dad, Rangers. And there are some that are better than others. So we have the Demon Hunter. Oh, let's go up here to the right game. We got Intruder, Reptile, and Zombie Slayer. So Intruder, which is a Ranger. This is one that I had. It was my second one. I liked it a lot, but not many other people did. And especially now, apparently it's really weak. So again, I found it useful, but most others didn't. And most of the people start running 1 Ranger. I'm still running like 2 and 3. But something to keep in mind that this Bane Doom is one of the most important ones. You definitely should get this one. The Reptile does tons of damage. It's very useful. Let's go take a look and see what that is. So we have the Reptile. Let's turn this off. Let's see what it is in this game here. So let's get Craft. Reptile. Right here. Let's see what we have. So let's get to the 6 of 6. So attacking the fighter chooses a new random target and poisons it, dealing 85,000 damage per or over 2.4 seconds. If there are other enemies near, one of them will also be poisoned. So lots of damage. That's it. There's not a third item. That's interesting. If a fighter attacks a poisoned enemy, it triggers a poison explosion, dealing 170,000 damage to all enemies over 4.5 seconds. Another poison explosion can't be triggered during this time. That's interesting that it doesn't have the third thing on there. So, the point of your Rangers in the back is to do damage. This just allows them to do a ridiculous amount of damage. So again, I highly recommend that one. This is one I will most definitely be focusing on as one of my first items that I do. So again, we have the Peacekeeper, number 1, or the Torch, but probably the Peacekeeper. And then number 2 here for our damages in the back. The Reptile. The Intruder, yeah, maybe. Demon Hunter is another, that's kind of like, for me, it's like the Bastion Defender here. The Zombie Slayer. There are people that run it and didn't have tons of success. I never saw people super successful with it. Nobody used, there are not many people used it at the beginning, and not many people are using it now. So again, if you compare a full Zombie Slayer set of 6 to nothing, it's going to be very good. So you'll get it and you'll love it. But you start comparing it to some of the other setups, it's not very good. So that's kind of where I'm going at as far as that goes. So something is better than nothing, but if these resources are hard to get and they're hard to build and they take a long time. So if you're going to focus on something, you should focus on something that's going to have a longer term impact. That's my impression anyway. All right, now let's go talk about our chemists. So you have the astronaut, the genetic scientist, the engineer, and the fire starter. So the astronaut, which is the Oracle, it took me a long time before I got one of those in Hustle Castle. It's useful. The chemists are a little bit different, and as far as how people are using the Hustle Castle, it's good. It can deal a lot of damage, but it's not always good. For me personally, I had the most success when I'm doing Gem Bay and Hustle Castle, which is the tunnels. It does a lot of damage and it's highly useful there, but other than that, it's not as helpful as I hoped. So that was one I was very disappointed in. Snake Charmer goes into the same category, or the genetic scientist goes in the same category as Zombie Slayer and the Defender, ones that I find useless. Some people like it and have it, but I think it's a waste. Priest is a good one, or the engineer. That one does extra healing and support. That was a good one for me, but it's not over the top. It's really more support. It's not going to be huge. It's one you're probably going to want at some point, but it's certainly, you don't need to be in a hurry to get that one. But the big one you want to get here is the fire starter, the Ashbringer. This is still a key, very important one in Hustle Castle, even with all these other ones out there. People are running that one, and some people are running 2 of those. That was, up until recently, that was a lot of people, especially in the top of the game, were running 2 Ashbringers, and that was a big successful way to go. I don't know if I got nerfed a little bit, or if just the fact that the double Dracula became that much better. And everybody still has an Ashbringer, they're just not running 2 of them anymore. And most people are running this fire starter Ashbringer with I forget what it's called, but the stun weapon, which allows you to basically make the enemy attack themselves. That's a fairly common setup, and it still is. There's another one, another weapon that actually came out that's a little bit better than that one, but everybody was using that weapon first at this point. So again, my recommendation is the first 3 you should use would be the Peacekeeper, second only to Torch, the Reptile, and then the fire starter. And those are the 3 I'm going to focus on. I'm finishing up my next 2 fighters to level 100. I'm going to stop there for a while because there's supposed to be 94 bracket, and that's what I'm going to focus on. Unfortunately, one of my fighters is pregnant, so I can't really use her in any of my fights until I can build my upgrade my living area here. But I can't do that until I upgrade some other things. Since I haven't played the game, everything's just kind of, I can't change this. Since I haven't played the game for a while, I haven't been able to take care of that. So as you can see, I got pregnant people everywhere. Once I knew I was going to do it, I just went and got everybody pregnant, so I'll be ready to go. But I can't do anything about it. I even got all my fighters pregnant. So yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of struggling there. So these 100s are going to be done after today, or by tomorrow actually. So then I'll be 3 by 100, and then 3, and I think I have an 87 in there, and 2 by 85, which I haven't done the math, but that should put me in the 94 bracket. And then that was something that wasn't in here before, and it came out with this release. So I'm going to test that there. I don't want to get into the top bracket because that's where all the really, really, really strong people are going to be. So I want to avoid that for as long as possible. And with that setup, I'll certainly have my damage coming from this guy. He's ready at 100, so I'll be getting this guy going with whatever the Bane equivalent set is here. And then I'll have my tank. I'll probably put the Paladin equivalent. I'll see which materials I get first, but probably the Paladin equivalent. And then the third one, I don't know, I'll have to see. I might yeah, I'll have to see. Because all of that takes a lot of uranium, it takes a lot of artifacts, a lot of elements, and I don't have a lot of that, so it's going to take a while before I get there. But that's the direction I'm going to be going. And like I said, I'm going to be doing that with trying to keep my historic power as low as possible. Still at 2.1 right now, and I'm going to see if I can't get stronger and keep it right at the 2.1 for as long as possible. So I know that was kind of a high level. It wasn't specific, but it gives you the general idea of how to use it and what you should focus on as far as how it was used in Hustle Castle. So like I said, the event should be starting soon, hopefully within a couple days. So I will be back to the grind in this game. As it is now, I'm going to start popping in more often for sure. I need to get more resources. I need more cash. I need more wood. I need more iron so I can start upgrading some of these places so I can get my living area upgraded. And obviously that will also help my uranium as well. So that is going to do it for today. So again, if you are interested in joining the giveaways for the next, I don't know how long, for the next while, they're not going to be part of these videos for a while. They are going to be in the Discord server. So make sure you click that link down below in the description, or as you can see in the ticker, there's the link there. Join the Discord server. It's just a chat service. It's not quite as popular, not popular is the wrong word, but it's not as chatty as many of the other ones out there. But there are people asking questions, people answering questions, and we'll have this chart up there and things like that. Plus, you're able to enter the giveaway. So it's pretty easy to do. Like I said, you just click on it and you're done. And then the bot will pick a winner within a set amount of time, depending how long I leave the giveaways running. So, all right, well, hopefully you guys are progressing well, getting stronger, and maybe some of you are up here in this list of the 16 million power. Oh, I can't click on it there. Trying to click up here on this guy. Maybe some of you guys are in the 16 and the 14s and the 13s. Obviously, I am nowhere near there. So anyway, well, good luck to everybody, and I will be catching up with everybody real soon. Probably the next time the video comes out will be the next event, which should be in a few days. So until then, this has been QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I will talk to you later. See ya.